Welcome to the Mugiwara Sketches YouTube channel, buddy. In today's video, we're diving deep into the recent developments in Chapter 1098, where the mysterious Sapphire Scale Disease takes center stage. But what exactly is this deadly affliction, and could it be tied to the enigmatic Saint Saturn? Stick around as we explore the ins and outs of this intriguing storyline. So now, let's get started. Fans were first exposed to the Sapphire Scale sickness in One Piece Chapter 1098. This sickness was first talked about in the Kuma flashback, where Ginny, one of the most famous characters, got it. After Ginny got the disease, her child Bonney did too, and it looks like this illness will be a big part of the story going forward in this flashback. On the surface, this sickness doesn't seem to have much going for it. However, the story may already be hinting at how it's caused and who did it, which should make for an interesting plot going forward. Part 1. What is the Sapphire Scale Disease? One Piece just recently added the Sapphire Scale sickness, and it looks like it's a very dangerous one. There don't seem to be many people in the world of One Piece who have had this disease, so it must not be widespread. In fact, this illness is so uncommon that doctors couldn't even tell it apart after a close look. In One Piece Chapter 1098, doctors from all over the world were seen looking at this sickness. However, only one was able to name it, and even that took months and months of study. It looks like this sickness was more common in the past, but it has come back and affected some important people in the flashback. Ginny was the first person to get this disease. Ginny is a character that Kuma really cares about, and her sad ending was told in One Piece Chapter 1098. The Celestial Dragons took Ginny hostage and turned her back into a slave. They then forced her to marry one of them. For 2 years, Ginny's life was full of terrible tragedies, which broke the hearts of her friends. In the end, Ginny was set free, but only after she got a disease that could kill her. Right after she got free, she got off of Ahoy and set sail for the Sorbet Kingdom. She did, however, die in the Sorbet Kingdom before Kuma could reach her. The next part of One Piece Chapter 1098 talked about how she died. It was clear that the Sapphire Scale Disease killed her, and it was shared that the disease can spread in any sunshine. In other words, if someone has a small spot of sapphire scale on their body, any kind of natural light would make it grow. It's not just sunshine that gives off this light. As the chapter says, natural light also includes moonlight and all other types of light that come from the sun. When the person is introduced to this kind of light, their body acts in a strange way. It starts to spread all over their bodies, and in the end, their whole bodies turn blue. When that happens, the sapphire scale gets even harder, and the person looks like a stone person very quickly. The person who gets this sickness will die eventually, and fans haven't found a way to fix it yet. The person does not live forever, even if they never go outside in the sun. The sickness can still spread, but it will do so much more slowly if someone isn't exposed to it. Ginny went through this sickness and ended up dying from sapphire scale. Bonney got the same illness a few months after she was born. Kuma did everything he could to fix her sickness, but the doctors told him it was impossible and she would die before she turned 10. Part 2. The inspiration behind the Sapphire Scale. Some people might think that the Sapphire Scale Disease just happens naturally, but there may be a better reason for it. For starters, it's odd that no doctor could figure out what the Sapphire Scale was. This sickness has only a few records, and none of them were new to begin with. This sickness would have been easy to spot if there were, but there wasn't. Infection with the Sapphire Scale is very rare, and it's possible that only a few people have ever had it. It's possible that this sickness only lives in nature. Fans, on the other hand, know that Ginny and Bonney both got this sickness while they were in Ahoy. That sickness could not have spread there, or all celestial dragons would have died out. Then, one starts to wonder if this disease was caused by a devil fruit power. The clear answer to that question is that it is possible. Oda must have gotten ideas for the Sapphire Scale from a lot of different places because it is a very dangerous disease. The first thing fans should keep in mind is that not all celestial dragons are weak, and some of them have evil powers. Like, fans have recently seen Saturn use the Ushi-Oni skills in the story. In legend, the Ushi-Oni can kill people just by looking at them and also spread diseases that kill. Fans know that the Ushi-Oni is very strong. Even stranger is the fact that Blue Diamond is usually linked to Saturn. Since Saturn is linked to the disease's name and the stone sapphire, it stands for Saturn. This means that Saturn gave the Sapphire Scale to Ginny and then to Bonney through her. Part 3. Did Saint Saturn cause the Sapphire Scale? Sapphire Scale is a very interesting disease, even though no one knows where it came from. There aren't any records of this sickness from recently, and the ones that are there don't say how to treat it. In fact, not even the best doctors can see this, which shows that this sickness isn't very common. Saturn is connected to the name Sapphire, and fans know that he has a power that lets him spread diseases. People thought Ginny was married to a celestial dragon. This person probably wasn't Saturn, but he could have given her the disease for a number of different reasons. On the other hand, he could have given Bonney the same disease, or they could both have had it at the same time. Oda is the only one who can say for sure if Saturn gave Ginny and Bonney this disease and then killed Ginny during the process. But it's also important to note that Saturn is on Egghead Island right now, and Bonney is very angry about it. This could also be a very good explanation for why that is the case. Fans know that Kuma is the way he is because of Saturn, but there may be more to it than that. If there is, Saturn will become a much more interesting bad guy, and Egghead Island will become even more intense. And there you have it, folks. The Sapphire Scale Disease adds a layer of mystery to the One Piece narrative, and the potential involvement of Saint Saturn makes it even more intriguing. What are your thoughts on this theory? Do you believe Saturn is the culprit behind the Sapphire Scale, or is there another twist awaiting us? Share your theories and opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more One Piece content. Until next time, stay tuned for the latest updates on our favorite manga. Thank you very much for visiting the Mugiwara Sketches YouTube channel, buddy. We hope you enjoy our funny sketch videos and anime reviews. Don't forget to subscribe to continue joining us on our joyful journey in the world of anime. If you have any wishes, questions, or suggestions for our next videos, feel free to express your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for your support, and until we meet again. See you next time, buddy.